You know that it is very simple to change some of the things you're doing in your daily lives to improve your finances. My name is Matt with Highline Financial Coaching, and today we're going to talk about a few of those things that you can change and make it so that you can see huge impacts in your finances just by making those small little changes in your financial life. So, many people face financial challenges that hinder their ability to achieve financial success and stability. But a lot of times we don't want to recognize these small things that are affecting us so much. So today we're going to look at that. What are those things that are the root causes of financial stress? Our financial well-being is closely tied to our overall happiness and peace of mind. People often struggle with making ends meet, paying off debt, and savings for the future. These struggles can lead to significant stress and anxiety. Effective money management is a key to overcoming these obstacles and achieving long-term financial growth. So one of them, and I'm sure we've all done it. I have. Almost everyone that I've coached has done this, and it's overspending. Now, overspending is a common mistake that can quickly escalate into a more serious problem, because if we're overspending in small things, it makes it a lot easier when we're going out to buy something large that we overspend in those categories as well. A lot of times people will go out and buy a car that they think they can afford, and it's not that way anymore. So I know vehicles right now are ridiculous how expensive they are. So my family, for a while, we drove a Suburban, and our Suburban wore out, and we went to go get another one, and the price was ridiculous. You could spend over $100,000 trying to get into a Suburban of a vehicle that size. And so we decided to go with something that was more economical, and we actually like it even better. So overspending can do that very quickly. It can take your money. It also causes a lot of issues within relationships when one person overspends and the other one doesn't, or if you're not on the same page for the overspending. Now, some of the smaller things that you can overspend on, and one of the biggest ones that we see is eating out. Eating out can be very simple. It makes our lives a little bit easier, but a lot of times it can be extremely expensive. So I was coaching somebody a little while back, and we looked at their finances, and they were struggling. They were in the hole about $1,000 every single month, and they couldn't figure out why. And then we sat down and ran all the numbers on eating out, and they were over $1,000 a month in eating out, and none of it was at nice restaurants. It was all at the fast food restaurants. Every single day, it was 2 or 3 times that they'd go through and hit a McDonald's or a Chick-fil-A, and that adds up really quickly. And if you've got a family like mine that's a little bigger, every time we go out, it's a minimum of $40, $50, and that's not with all of our family. So eating out can make it is a very easy way to spend way too much money. Also, expensive clothes. It's very easy to go into a place and just start handing your credit card over for clothes. You can jack up a couple $1,000s in clothes very easy. So those things may not seem very significant at the moment you're spending the money, but when you look at it over time, it can be huge. So one of the things you can do is take your whatever you spent this month in clothes and eating out, times that by 12 to see how much you're spending every single year. That's when it really makes a big impact. If you're spending $1,000 a month in eating out, that's $12,000 in a year. And if there's some things that you want that you don't feel like you can buy because of overspending, that's $12,000 a year. If you cut that in half, that gives you $6,000 to go on a vacation, to add to the house, to renovate a bathroom, to put that toward a new vehicle, whatever it is. When you start looking at these expenses throughout the year and how much you're spending, it makes it a lot easier to cut back. If you're going to Starbucks every day, cut that back. Cut half of that out. And instead, Instead of spending $70 a week, drop that down to $30. And then you see how much of that you save over the entire year. So also, it was interesting. One of my clients this last week did this with all of their subscriptions. They figured out that there were some subscriptions that they weren't using very much, but they were costing $35, $40 a month. So if it's $40 a month, I mean, that's almost $500 a year that you can save by eliminating that. So you can see it's very easy to make up the difference in some of these spending habits if you eliminate the things that are not that important to you. So when we cut back in some of these smaller expenses, then we're able to benefit in other areas. If you want to increase your 401k or need certain things, you can cut back in these areas. It doesn't mean you have to go without all the time. But if you cut back here or there, subscriptions with TV, if you look, there's 20 different services that some of us have for TV. And a lot of them are bundling together now, making it a little easier for you to not have to spend as much. Or you can just cut back. During the summertime, there's usually not many new shows. And I noticed that our Hulu account is a great one to get rid of during that time because there's nothing worth watching. And so you can cut back or do that with some of these accounts. So if the recap is most people with their finances are overspending in certain areas. The goal is not to live at the lowest level we possibly can all the time, but the goal is to cut back on unnecessary items so that we can enjoy the things we want the most. So go ahead, look through your finances. Please put in the comments some of the things you were able to save money on during that time, and we'd love to hear about them. If you like this video, subscribe to our channel, and I hope you guys all have a great day. Thank you. This is Matt with Highline Financial Coaching.